Welcome, Mr. Dome, and welcome to this crypto update. Now, so many things have happened in just a last few days. It's insane how fast things are moving right now. We are seeing trade wars, we are seeing peace deals, we are seeing insults, we're seeing drama, we're seeing all kinds of promises, promises kept, promises broken. Let's actually take a look at a long-term view first before we talk about the news, before we talk about the fundamentals and see where Bitcoin is at. So as you can see from 2022 bottom until now, we had this low and we had this higher low here. So currently we are still above the trend line here for this long-term view. And this is important that we stay above this line as well. And then we have another line that is supporting us right now with price, which is when we connect the previous 2021 top here, or 2021 tops with this all-time high breakout, you can see that we're basically touching this neckline once again. So if you think this is like a inverse head and shoulders pattern, we are basically still respecting that, because what it usually likes to do is it has that breakout and then a retouch of the neckline and then we head higher. So this is basically the bullish scenario for crypto. And when we take a look at the stocks are breaking to the downside, unfortunately, on the S&P 500 index, which may drag Bitcoin prices down. But like we saw today, the S&P 500 index actually went down quite significantly, but crypto actually had a bounce. So we saw a divergence between crypto and S&P 500 index, which is usually nice to see. That usually signals that maybe Bitcoin and crypto will have another nice bounce to the upside. So the bullish scenario here with S&P 500 index is that sometimes when we had these breakouts like here, first it goes to the downside and then it has like a bounce basically back to those highs, and then it basically plunges into that bear market. So if we have something similar here, then this might be the initial scare. We get this is the bull trap, and then we head lower here. And in this bull trap phase, which would be maybe in April or between April and May, this would be the blow off top for risky assets. That's basically the bullish scenario that I can draw you guys here. So for now, we're basically still in the bull zone, even though I know it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't seem like it with all of the altcoins crashing. But this is still looks to be like a bull market. So that's the like the long-term view. Now let's talk about what is the most recent things that have happened. Obviously, Donald Trump had a State of the Union uh, session here in the United States government. It was a pretty long speech. I watched the whole thing. Nothing was mentioned about crypto, but I can feel a difference in the sentiment of the United States. The people there seem to be very hopeful for the future. I know Europeans don't feel like this, Canadians maybe don't feel like this, but Europe, the people in USA, Americans are very, very hopeful for the future of their country. So that was quite nice to see. And also, what is pretty funny is, before I show you these things, is this one. So Zelensky has come out and he has now said that he wants to seek peace and he is ready to follow. Let me find the exact line. He's ready to follow Donald Trump's strong leadership to get the peace that lasts. So this is very, very nice. And the whole letter here is basically quite flattering to USA. He's thanking President Trump for the javelins that he has provided, and he is basically ready to do exactly whatever Donald Trump says. So this is making us have, or this is bringing us closer to peace, which is basically what everybody wants. Another thing that happened, which I don't have a tweet for, is that $53 billion of money has been collected by the Arab nations nearby Israel for the restructuring of Gaza. So that is another good thing. Hopefully that conflict will come to an end as well. So right now, on the conflict front, on the war front, it seems like things are wrapping up, and that's what I like to see as well. So those are the good things. On the other hand, when we take a look at what's going on with Canada, Canada was just hit with 25% tariffs, and now Canada has basically fired back against USA with another 25% tariffs. And then I think Donald Trump even came out and said that they will basically top up the tariffs with 25% against Canada if they want to play this game. So now I think Canada will fold like every other nation has folded against Donald Trump, but let's see how this plays out. It doesn't really make sense for Canada to fight these tariffs, but let's see how this plays out as well. Now, here's some of the annoying things that are happening, which made me a little bit upset, and probably you as well. So Eric Trump, who is the son of Donald Trump, he came out and he basically gave a lot of praise for Trump for this crypto digital asset reserve. And he said it is genius to announce it on a Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. Retail investors win and traditional finance better catch up or they will become quickly extinct. So this got everybody very upset because this is basically admitting to fraud. And I also tweeted about this, but Peter Schiff, I usually don't agree with the guy, but this time I think he's absolutely spot on here. So Eric Trump admits to the fraud. There has been no agreement on strategic reserve. His post indicates that it was planned pump and dump, deliberately leaked when volume was thin to maximize impact. And the retail investors obviously got conned into buying the tokens because the market crashed even lower than the markets were before the announcement. So, in my opinion, this is what I hate. I do not like this. I don't like that the Trump family basically pumps and dumps on us all the time. And they know, or I know that the investors, the insiders here, they are in the know. They know what is coming. So they are shorting the market, they are longing the market, they can do whatever they want. And because Trump is president, they know that they will not go into jail. So I don't like this because this is basically anti-crypto. And even when I was thinking about the pro-crypto president idea, I think the idea of being pro-American crypto is also anti-crypto if it's done wrong. Because uh, for crypto, the whole idea is that it is decentralized, international, anyone can transact with anybody, there's no banks in between, no central authority figure can basically block out the transactions. So it is increasing the human potential of every citizen on earth. But when we are talking about pro American crypto, then it favors US based centralized projects that have headquarters in USA, the team is in USA, and the investors are in USA. So that kind of goes against the whole idea of decentralization and the whole bunch. So I hope they pivot from the idea that they will give 0% taxes for only US based projects. I hope that what they do is more along the lines that the rumor is now floating around for the crypto summit that comes out on March 7th. So the rumor has it that they will eliminate capital gains tax on all cryptocurrencies. I hope that will be the case because I don't want to see Donald Trump play favorites for some projects and not other projects. Like if it's done in Canada or somewhere else, or just like an international decentralized permissionless project that doesn't even have a headquarters, that they have the same fighting chance in the crypto platform than does American-based US companies uh, that require a lot of capital to even start up. So I hope they come to their senses and do it the right way and not the wrong way. But let's see. I don't. My hopes are not too high on that. Then David Sachs, he came out as well. He repealed one anti-crypto regulation here. So this is also nice to see that we are seeing some movement on this line. And then the European Commission came out and said that they will basically print 800 billion euro for basically rearmament of Europe. So this means that they will support the individual armies in Europe. And at least in this announcement, they are not creating a European army, which I hope to never, ever, ever see. Because a European army, in my opinion, will be used to quell any anti EU protest in individual countries. Because if you have an anti EU protest, for example, the people want to leave EU, they will simply send the army there and they will quell the protests. So that's not what I want to see. I want to see individual armies within EU basically rise up. Hopefully that will be the case, and this will not be flipped into like a Trojan horse where eventually EU will be transformed into the United States of Europe. But let's see. Again, I don't have my hopes high, but this is simply a thing that happens. And for us crypto investors, obviously, if they're inflating their currency supply, then that is good for risky assets. But if you want to invest in the arms or weapons companies inside Europe, I think they will be having a fiesta there as well. Something else that I wanted to highlight here, this is the last piece of news that I have gathered, is that the guy who was longing Bitcoin basically right before the crypto strategic reserve announcement and was using 50x leverage with $4 million capital, they made $12 million on that trade. And when Ethereum had that massive pump, they then went ahead and shorted the market. And as you can see, they were at the time of taking the snapshot, they were in $81 million of unrealized profit. So they went from $4 million to $80 million within basically a week. So this is absolute insider trading, in my opinion. No way that they are able to do this just with the luck of the draw. Maybe they are, I don't know, but it seems to be that it was insider trading. Now, after this happened, I was looking at the wallet myself. He already withdrew all of the money out of the Hyperliquid and he has deposited throughout the crypto sphere already. So the money is basically now gone. So this is another situation. Talking about money gone, the Bybit hack, practically all of the money has now been laundered. So there may be some sell pressure from that, or maybe the sell pressure is already done. I don't know. But apparently all of the money has been laundered through Tor chain for now. Sorry for a long session here with the news, but there's just so many things going on, and let's continue. Now, for the fundamentals, when I look at it, we are seeing basically sideways movement for the most parts. So on sentiment.net, when we take a look at the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges, you can see that this has gone sideways. So I'm happy that we're not seeing more inflows heading into exchanges at least. So this is nice to see. Also, when I scroll down here, we are not seeing more stable coins being minted. In fact, USDT will have some issues this year because EU basically has said that USDT is not compliant with European Union. So if you are from Europe and you have USDT on an exchange, consider swapping that over to USDC very, very soon because that will basically, the trading will halt and you may have issues redeeming the USDT later on. Then when we take a look at old wallets, we are seeing some inflows from older wallets into, or not inflows, these are simply transactions from older wallets. So not Diamond Hat holding as of now. Not a lot of moving at least, but we're seeing some people basically jump the gun. But here is something good for you guys on the fundamental front. When you take a look at the red line here, these are your mega whales, 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin holder. Big wallets that hold 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoins inside them. They have actually been accumulating during these during these dumps. So this is nice to see. Also, the orange line is growing, which is 1 to 100 Bitcoin wallets. They are increasing their wallet holdings as well. So we are seeing some people basically accumulate more Bitcoin, the mega whales, and usually these 1 to 100 Bitcoin holders, these I guess you are your sharks, and they are usually very good at timing the market. They basically dump the Bitcoin here at the peak here. Right about here was the bottom, and since then they've been sideways, and now they are accumulating once again. So that's nice to see that they are accumulating as well. So that is good. On the ETF front, we are not seeing a lot of outflows anymore. Like I said, that maybe throughout this week we will see actually inflows into ETFs again. These massive outflows are basically done. So sellers are being exhausted from the market. So this is another good thing fundamentally, that if sellers are exhausted and people are hopeful for the future, then maybe we will see pumps once again. And when I go over to coinank.com and we take a look at the order book death, here we see something interesting. So let me go and take a look at the spot order book death. You saw that we did see these large, almost $200 million worth of limit buy orders ready to be fired at the bottoms here. Now that we had these pumps to the upside, currently we're not seeing a lot of sell pressure. So unlike here where Bitcoin was $94,000, you can see that there were a lot of people basically ready to sell on the spot markets, and that caused the price to plummet once again. Right now, at least at these price levels, we are not seeing that. In fact, this looks more like what was going on during this time here, that the markets are quite balanced and the momentum probably wants to continue to go to the upside. So that would indicate that in the short term, we might see another pump. Maybe that will come from the announcement or the expectations of the announcement. If usually it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. So when we do get the strategic Bitcoin reserve, maybe you want to consider lightening up your portfolio before the actual event on March 7th, which is on Friday. But if we do get like very good bullish news, the most bullish news that we can get is again 0% on taxes, 0% tax on all crypto transactions, and the second thing is if United States will actually use its own money to buy crypto assets. Those two things are basically what I'm looking for. If we don't get either, then I expect the prices to actually dump. If we get one of them, then maybe the prices remain. Or if we only get the 0% tax because it's now being basically leaked that it will come, I don't think markets will move that much on either direction. So that's my take there. On the futures market, though, we are seeing a lot of people selling, and that can actually cause the prices to go to the upside because these like to get liquidated, these futures positions. So that's there. So futures market want to sell, spot markets are basically neutral here. So again, going back to the chart here, what I'm expecting, what I'm now looking for in the short term is actually, let me show you one more thing here. So in the RSI, this is the trend that we've been on, and we had that low here below 30 RSI that I said that this is basically the buy area when Bitcoin price is below RSI 30. And then we had basically a bump back to the channel high here. And right now we're in the middle of the channel. What would make sense to me most is if we go and tag these lows again, unfortunately. So even though in the short term we might continue to go to the upside, maybe to 90K, basically to mid level of this bump here. From here, I think the strategic Bitcoin reserve thing will be a letdown. So then we will be heading lower once again. Now, I don't know how low we will go, but what I would like to see, I would like to see us tag the $77,000 or $78,000. That would give us a perfect bounce back from this trend line here. Also, if we go and tag that $77,000 or $78,000, and we go and take a look at the CME futures gap, that is basically the last remaining spot here on the CME gap that we have here as of now. So if we were to tag this $78,000 here, that would basically take out a lot of FUD from these markets. And then we basically are looking for clear skies. So as of now, we are basically still below this RSI trend line here. So I'm not expecting a massive like spike to the upside like we saw here. What I'm expecting is a letdown here, then we maybe go like sideways, and then we go to the upside from there. That's what I'm currently hoping for. That's my bullish case. So either case, I think if you are trading these markets right now, it doesn't really make sense. For, well, maybe if you want to trade like in the short term, you can short from here, but I wouldn't necessarily place longs until we know details of the Bitcoin strategic reserve. And if we see these lows, this is basically where you strike. This is where we would buy Bitcoin or crypto, those altcoins that are inside the crypto strategic reserve. But overall, the fundamentals for crypto look good. And once we have details of the crypto strategic reserve, I will obviously make an update. You can subscribe to the channel, and then I will basically be very bullish or very bearish after that. So right now, this is basically the scenario that I'm looking for. That's basically it for today's video. I hope you got value out of this. Let me know if you think this analysis is valid, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.